Yeah, a few days ago, we opened this box and started pulling out all the old rock magazines that we ordered. And I got so long-winded that we didn't finish. So today, we're going to see what the rest of the magazines are in this box. And this is old Circus, Hit Parader magazines. We had one last time that was a Rip magazine. I'd never owned one of those before, but we posted the video, and almost immediately somebody said, yeah, we used to get that down in, I think it was Texas. So anyway, interesting. So I'm going to just start pulling these things out. Let's take a look. And then what we're going to do is, like we do on a lot of other videos, is we ordered these magazines because the point is we're eventually just going to do one of our little flip throughs and read them. But we just thought this would be fun to give you a preview of some of the things that we have. And so anyways, let's take a look at this one. Okay. So, this one's cool. Van Halen versus David Lee Roth. Let's see, what's the date here on this one? This one is, okay, September 1986. Yeah, and they're both fully into their separate lives, separate careers at this point. The war heats up. And then Judas Priest and KISS super fold-outs. That'll be fun. And then who do we have here? Mötley Crüe, Accept, Bon Jovi, Keel, Ozzy Osbourne, Scorpions, AC/DC, Wasp, Iron Maiden. Boy, I think I mentioned before, I saw Keel in concert opening up, I think, for Judas Priest. And then I went and saw them headlining at this smaller place not that long after. And I bought a couple of their albums, and I wanted to like them so much, especially because Gene Simmons was pushing them. And I don't know, they just never did it for me. If I'm wrong about that, tell me what I need to listen to, because I really tried. I really tried. Accept was pretty cool, because this would have been, I don't know what album it would have been, maybe around Metal Heart time period. So Bon Jovi, anyway, all these bands were so hot at the time. Okay, flipping it over. Okay, and then we have Premium Priest. What is this? Now Judas Priest drives home all their legendary sound and fury. The new Fuel for Life home video explodes with 10 high-octane Priest classics. Now, was this around the time of Priest Live? Because I have a double record set, and I think it's just called Priest Live. Okay, anyway, I don't know. Anyway, we'll find out. We'll take a look at this one. Okay, so there you go. So this one, Van Halen versus David Lee Roth. That one's coming. Okay, what is this? This just looks like I don't know what this is. Just ripped out of a magazine. This got included in here somewhere. So, something, I guess these are order forms. Oh my gosh, somebody actually has their information down here, the P.O. box. So, what is this? Warlock. Oh, I've heard of Doro Pesh. Okay, we'll have to look at this later, because I remember something about them, but I remember her name, Dora, because she still is around or something. Like I've seen her name pop up. Okay, we'll check that out. Okay, let's see what else we have in here. Okay, this one is missing the cover, so I'm not sure what this one has in it. Def Leppard status uncertain, Van Halen and Roth still griping. We'll get a sense here if we can just look in the first couple pages. Yngwie Malmsteen. What is this? Yngwie Malmsteen is looking for 2 guitarists? Okay, I've never heard of that. Zebra. Oh my gosh, okay. I get a sense of where this is going. Vinnie Vincent. So what is the date on this one? This one... this one's a little more confusing, but it says Bruce Springsteen, Beastie Boys, Bangles, Boston, Cinderella, Run DMC. Boy, this is not super clear, but they already did the word search. Okay, we'll have to do a little more digging around, but this is Bon Jovi. Where's the date? I should be smarter than this, but for some reason I'm not. There's Bruce Hornsby and Bruce Springsteen. March 3rd. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll figure this one out. This one's missing a cover. All right, let's try another one here. Okay, back to having covers. Hit Parader's Heavy Metal Hot Shots. And look who we have right there. We have Bon Jovi, Ozzy Osbourne, Guns N' Roses. Okay, yeah, so we're getting 1989, March of 1989. Metallica, Cinderella, Aerosmith, Poison, Def Leppard, Whitesnake, Jimmy Page, Slayer, Lizzie Borden, Badlands, Mötley Crüe, Kiss, Death Angel, Lita Ford, Scorpions, Jimi Hendrix. Okay, that's 20 years later. Dokken, Anthrax, Halloween, Alice Cooper, Led Zeppelin, again, kind of old school stuff, Iron Maiden, Kingdom Come, yeah, Kingdom Come was happening. And Dio had been he was kind of near the tail end of his solo stuff at this point. I don't think that he was all that relevant at that point, was he? Because, I mean, he put out a bunch of solo albums and they just kind of tapered off in their significance. And Aerosmith, this would have been Pump? Because Permanent Vacation was 86 somewhere, 87. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, they were, and boy, Guns N' Roses, they were so huge at this point. There's Dio. Okay, we'll check this one out. This one's going to be fun. What's on the back? Kiss, Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. This one's actually pretty interesting because one of the things, I think it was in Paul Stanley's book, he talked about this, how in this shot, he put himself out front. And part of that was because Gene had kind of been pulling back and gotten so involved with so many other things. And of course, you know, Eric and Bruce were not official. I mean, yeah, they weren't official members of the band. They were basically hired help. But he'd actually push Gene into the background on this particular cover because Paul felt like he was just basically running everything about the band at that point. So it's kind of interesting. Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. Okay, your Kiss collection isn't complete without Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. It's classic Kiss, but more. 13 classic raunchy rockers, remixed and remastered. 2 new tracks. See, this is how they knew. They knew they could get, that people like me would buy this stuff. They just keep putting out best of albums and we would buy it. So, okay, here we go. All right, let's see what else we have in here. God, we've got several more in here still. Metal Edge. Okay, I'm sure I never owned a Metal Edge magazine. So this one looks a little thin. Wonder if somebody had picked this one apart. 25 killer color photos. TV life picture. You got Motley Crüe there, obviously. Stryper again. The last video, we saw Stryper on a bunch of these things. I guess I forgot what a kind of a big deal they made themselves back in that period. And I actually saw them in concert several times. Because I kind of liked them. I didn't think they were the greatest thing, but they had some cool stuff. And so, let's see. Michael Sweet had this voice that sounded, I thought, like Dennis DeYoung from Styx, and I always liked his voice, especially back in that time. So I just kind of liked their stuff. I kind of liked because they had a very defined look, and they just were really good showmen that way. So it was kind of interesting. So there's Rat, bonus centerfold with Rat. There's Don Dokken, of course, Ozzy, and then Paul and Gene again from Kiss. And what's on the back? Yeah, I think this must be missing some. Is it missing some pages? Yeah, it looks like it. King Kobra. Oh my gosh. I loved King Kobra, especially their first album, Ready to Strike. I thought that was such an amazing record. It was so good. Just, if you like just listening to just straight up classic 80s type metal, get King Kobra Ready to Strike. It is just quintessential 80s metal. Another Metal Edge. Okay. 25 outrageous color photos. Vince Neil, Stephen Pearcy. And then who do we have down here? So we have Mick Mars, Gene Simmons, Ronnie James Dio. This looks like Bon Jovi. And then Metallica. There's Ozzy up there. Hard Rock's #1 photo magazine. So maybe that's what is that what Metal Edge was just mainly photos? 25 outrageous color photos. TV life picture. Interesting. Maybe this is missing the back again. Somebody must have taken all the good stuff. I actually liked Loudness, and they had that song Crazy Nights, Rock and Roll Crazy Nights. I actually saw them in concert once. I think I mentioned that with TNT. And I don't know, it was kind of cool. I thought they were cool. Of course, Akira Takasaki was this just superstar guitar player. Let's see here if it says it right there. Loudness. Yeah, they don't mention it right there. Oh, they played with AC/DC. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else we got in here. Man, there's still a few more. Another Metal Edge. Who do we have? Did you ever get Metal Edge magazine? Because I don't remember ever having Metal Edge magazine. So, okay, so what do we have here? We have Metallica again, more Mötley Crüe, Paul Stanley, David Lee Roth, John Bon Jovi, more Rat stuff down here. And, Cinderella. Yeah, there's Cinderella. So Mötley Crüe, they're back. Wildman Get Serious with No Frills. What is the date? I didn't look at the date on these one. This is Canada. Can't tell what the date was on this. Where is it? I don't see it. May. May of whatever the year was that this was put out. Paul Stanley exposed when Kiss's hot new video. Yeah, somebody with this magazine, this is clearly somebody took the back cover picture off of these. So, okay, getting close to the end here. Yeah, this is the grand finale. More Metal Edge. This one actually has a back. Okay, Metal Edge. Here we have again Mötley Crüe, Cinderella, and then more Metallica down here. There's Stryper again. There's Europe. There's Bon Jovi, and of course Iron Maiden. Win concert tickets and backstage passes. Cinderella, Motley mailbag. Now again, did you ever get Metal Edge magazine? Because this was, so it says TV Life. Wonder if this like TV Life must have put this out or something like that. I don't know. So very interesting. Win Ozzy Osbourne live LPs and Bon Jovi posters. Awesome contest, Cinderella. Interesting. And then on the back, is this? Yeah, that's the back. John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora. Man, it was so amazing just how enormous, how famous they were at one point. And even today still. I mean, it's just amazing that he has managed to stay relevant all this time. You still see him popping up all over the place. It's so interesting. So this one is June of whatever the year was that this came out. So, all right, 25 kickin' color photos. Okay, this will be super fun to go through. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Okay, so let's just take a look again and see what we've got here. We have Metal Edge that's fully intact, and then we have a couple of metal edges that don't look so fully intact, but still look interesting nonetheless. And then we have this one, Hit Parader's Heavy Metal. Then we have this one that has no cover. That one will be fun to look through anyway. We've got this little sheet that has Warlock on it with Doro Pesh. And then we have right there, if we can get all these in the camera. Then we have Hit Parader with Van Halen versus David Lee Roth. This one I'm actually really excited to see from September of '86. Okay, if you have any thoughts about this, which one you'd like us to take a look at first, we'll take a look at those things. Eventually we'll go through all these things because they're just fun to look through. And as always, if you're not following the channel already, please hit that button, follow the channel. Share the video. If you enjoy this stuff, there's other people certainly that you know that would like this. Copy the link, email it, put it on your Facebook timeline, put it in Twitter, put it in X, and let other people know that it's here. And of course, we'd love to get your feedback, your thoughts. If you remember any of these magazines, if you had Metal Edge, if you what you remember about any of these bands too. We just love getting all the stories and the interesting feedback from people about all the things that they experienced and what it was like for you when you, and actually what's so interesting is how many people comment. There's like, yeah, I actually had that very magazine, the one that you're holding in your hand. And so if you owned any of these in particular, let us know about that too. And so anyway, with that, have yourself a fantastic day.